Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Bad Psychics podcast. We are here. It is me, Z. I am back again as Z. Definitely Z. Definitely Z. Definitely Z. All right. I'm with. I think Z calls everyone idiots. So yes, I'm with three idiots. I forgot See, I'm in so many. I'm in so many episodes of Z. I forgot the intros he does. So I'm not gonna do them. I'm not Z.
Just
Hi.
you, Eloise.
Yeah, yeah.
Eloise.
Okay.
Just you.
Okay. So I'll do the things Z does though. I'm gonna predict something about each one of you. So first off, I predict that this person will go on about why Omos is his favorite wrestler. It's Chuck. Hi, Chuck.
Yes, I did. I don't think he was carried by every wrestler he was involved with at all. No,
Not sh-
I
not.
don't think.
I'm not sure Noah would agree. I'm not sure Muta would agree with that one. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting focal talent, but sure.
Um, Next up, I predict that this person will go on about why Logan Paul is his favorite wrestler. It's Mao. Big fan of Logan Paul. Big fan.
Yeah, certainly am. That's for sure.
Uh,
I mean, we're going to talk about him today, so
we
I'm
will
going to send him
unfortunately
to.
talk about him. And last up, it's starting to see a theme here. I predict this person will remind Chuck that Omos is his favorite wrestler. It's Michael.
Thank you, definitely Z. Yet somehow now supporting a worse team in blue and white. The moment you said about almost being a favorite wrestler, I'm like, you're talking about Chuck. It's definitely Chuck. That's not me. That's Chuck. That's Chuck's entire thing is loving Omos.
Yeah.
So it's obviously Chuck's introduction. But also, I think I need to ask Z for permissions to server mute people here, so that when Chuck starts slandering Omos, just to try and make it seem like he's being impartial, I can just end that as necessary.
I mean that's probably why none of us have those.
He's not giving me those permissions ever.
Yeah, we very much do not have the authority to do that yet.
I get given the minimum permissions to do whatever job Z needs me to do, and nothing more.
Yeah, so
See, this is why. This is why Z is the sensible one around here. Apparently, just what a way to introduce me here by asking me to get servant muted when I actually talk the truth about almost.
Not true at all.
Welcome to Chuck and his tormentors. All right, so
Accurate.
let's start going towards maybe doing an episode.
Imagine that, doing an episode.
A what now?
A what now? Yeah. So there is indeed a slam of the summer coming up this week.
It's the Summerfest.
We are slamming.
2-night slamming.
2-night slamming, yeah, for the first time. Which is why we got 12 matches we're aware of, and now that could drastically change. I doubt it. It seems like 6 matches over the 2 nights, so 12.
Yes.
So I mean it's even. So how are we feeling? I'll go around, ask everyone how they're feeling about SummerSlam. I'll start with our guest. Chuck, how are you excited for SummerSlam?
I'm just glad there's no almost on the card. But
What?
Yes.
Anyway, but I think it should be a very interesting pay-per-view, PLE, I guess. There is some fascinating matches put together, stories that that are continue to shape, and I think the main event for the WWE title, Undisputed Championship, is one of the more fascinating and up in the air matches now more than ever. So I'm interested to see how they develop this through SummerSlam.
Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. But you are fully right there. It will be so many ways I could go with it. So Mao, what's your thoughts on SummerSlam becoming multi-night like Mania, And do you expect it to happen with any other flagship WWE pay-per-views?
Sure, I can't see why they wouldn't want to do more money in it. Basically, and that seems to be what WWE is. I say it's currently driven by. It's always been driven by money. It's always been driven by trying to siphon as much money out of the fans as they can. But yeah, I don't know. I could see this Rumble going to 2 nights at some point, mainly because they have 2 Rumbles. You can put one as a main event and go, yay, we have the women in the main event for the only time they'll be in the main event for this entire year, probably. But yeah, I mean, they've at least got more than five matches on the card this time, so they're at least trending back towards not being incredibly short. Hopefully.
And hey, don't forget Evolution.
Yeah,
The others.
yeah. That was the first time they did it, and it was actually a good pay per view. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And any other thoughts, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I signed up for this one a few months ago and then remembered last week, oh yeah, SummerSlam's happening, isn't it? Like that's where I think my brain is with WWE at the moment. Like I'm someone who over the last few years has sort of swung backwards and forwards between which wrestling promotion I like more. Let's just say I'm very much on one side, and it's definitely not the side that is, benching Omos.
TNA, of course.
Yeah, of course I'm talking. I'm definitely not. I'm clearly talking about Rev Pro. What are you on about?
Yeah.
All.
I mean, I like Progress, but yeah. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think we can go to the. I think it's now trademarked spreadsheet in a hole spreadsheet in a hole. So let's do that. All right, so we've got a bunch of things here, and we will start off with the probably main event of night 2, which I actually, that's been confirmed that it's night 2, isn't it? So
yes.
The main event of night 2, which is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and with one press of a fancy button, we can see that we are split. I'm pretty sure, split right down the half. Me and Chuck think Cody Rhodes is going to win. Wait. Oh wait, Michael as well. I'm blind. I'm Z. Z literally did this last
Chuck
episode
right now because you're messing up counting.
Yeah, I mean, Z literally did this last episode. So I'm literally just doing what Z did. All right, so only Mal. So that's why. Okay, only Mal went with Cena. The rest thinks Cody will win. So, Maho, explain your reasoning why Juan Cena is going to retain his undisputed WWE Championship.
Wabadoo. That's not the only reason. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I can see where you three are coming from with this, and I do think is perhaps the most obvious way of doing about it. But I don't know. I still think they want to get some more mileage out of Cena with the title. I know it's his final year, and get mileage out of that anyway. But I don't know. I think they can keep it on him for a bit longer. Like he's how many dates has he got left? Like 12 or something like that. I can't remember. I remember seeing a list of them all.
Yeah, he hasn't counted in a bit. He needs to count again.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, it's yeah, that's a complete airing that I completely forgot that I actually did tell them over the SmackDown recently. So, yeah, what was it recently?
It's been like a month.
It was yeah. It was relatively recently in my brain at least, which is like the one time I watch SmackDown every so often because you just put it on. But yeah, I don't know. It could be the usual sort of WWE formula for main events now, which is bollocks and then the heel wins. And plus, they might want to make Survivor Series a lovely big face win at the end.
War Games.
Yeah, that's true. There's War Games. Depends where I want to put War Games. They might open with War Games for all we know.
Yeah. All right, and now the person who definitely wanted to talk about this because I think I know what he is cooking. Chuck, the floor's yours. What's your opinion on this match?
Okay, so think about the possibilities that really come through this match lately. Cody Rhodes winning King of the Ring, and the things that he had to do to get towards that ring, taking out some of his friends, taking towards kind of being that slightly heelish deal during his finals match against Randy Orton. That made me think about what's that possible that heel turn that may come in with all this.
Hmm.
And then the SmackDown promo interview, SmackDown promo signing with Cena, and how Cena was, and how that reaction came through to it, made me think about, okay, I feel like we're closer to a heel turn for Cody than we think. And I think that's how Cody's going to win the title. And does a double turn, kind of, they're trying to aim for what Hart did to Austin all those years ago, but it's still, they're trying to go after a double turn in this case. I feel like the heel turn would be right there in front of them at WrestleMania, and it would be a double turn. I mean, SummerSlam, it would be a double turn night too. So that's what my belief in that sense of like everything that's leading up to that point, to seeing where they go there. It yelled it during that contract signing. The way Cena acted, like he just looked more nervous and scared than his confident, cocky self. And then the way that Cody reacted with the anger and doing something quite possibly illegal by forcing him to sign on the dotted line. That would not be allowed, really, in contract signings. That would be null and void. But WWE things.
Yes, wrestling has always obeyed the law.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of lying citizens they are. But yes, but overall, that's how I feel with that.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah. I mean, my thoughts are basically double turn as well. Cody heel, Cena face. Cena does the entire rest of his run as heel. Let's face. I mean, okay. So we will quickly move on to Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, which will also be on night 2. I wonder if that will be like second to last, or they'll open with that. They've got to do something with it, because that's going to be. I mean, they like opening with the women's triple threat matches. So
yeah. I was thinking it'd be like one of the main nights where they open with it, and it'll probably steal the show.
Probably, yeah. All right, so we shall see. All right, this one we went straight down the middle. This one is a split. Mao and Michael have Naomi retaining, and me and Chuck have Rhea. So Michael, explain why you have Naomi retaining.
I mean, the big thing is she's basically only just won the belt. It'd be, I think, really harsh to take the belt off of her. Like, what was it? Like, she's been champion for about a month at this point, I think. And, like, she's barely, it feels really harsh to take that belt off of her, considering how well received her run has been since turning heel, how well received the cash-in was, how well received Naomi generally is, especially, like I said, especially at the moment in this heel run. She's just, it would feel insane to me to take the belt off of her just to put it back on one of the two who, like, already had it this year. For as much as Io got completely shafted with her run with the belt by not letting her wrestle, the person who got over by wrestling really well, don't let them wrestle. That's a genius idea. And Rhea Ripley, it just feels like, I think it's at a point where this sort of needs to be the last time she goes near that belt for a little while. Like, she needs to go off and do some side quests, basically, because, like, I think it's a thing where literally every single match involving that belt this year has involved Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And it just, it feels too soon to put the belt back on Io, and somehow still feels too soon to put it back on Rhea, but the belt needs to do something other than Rhea for a while. And I think Naomi needs to have a proper run with the belt. She actually, she's one that actually feels like a champion. It's not like when Nikki Cross all of a sudden became champion out of nowhere. That was the one that felt like you can see them taking the belt off of her pretty much straight away. But Naomi is one where she has, she absolutely deserves a proper run with that belt, where she gets to wrestle people that aren't called Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley goes off and wrestles for something other than that belt, and Io just gets to wrestle wrestle more. Like that's all that really needs to
Yeah.
happen out of this. But basically, this feels just like they've gone with those two a lot opposite Naomi just because they know they're going to get one hell of a match out of the three of them, and they know it's like three people they can chuck in a ring. Go, you don't even need to build, just wrestle, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, it will be an incredible match and probably match of the weekend. So on the flip side, Chuck, what's your thoughts on Rhea winning? And also, as a side question, if Rhea wins, who do you think should pin?
So, I don't think there will be just one heel turn this weekend. And I think as well, a story will continue to develop with this too. I think it may sound crazy, but I think some way, somehow, Jade Cargill will find a way to screw over Naomi. That's in the back of my mind. Yes, she won the match against Naomi at Evolution, thinking that will end. But I think Naomi out of spite may try to ruin Jade's chances to win the title, even though it will fail. And then Jade will come back and try to ruin Naomi's chances for the title and succeed. And I think honestly too, I think Ripley will pin Io. I think honestly they'll use it to. I think that would be a big moment for Ripley finally pinning Io at one of the biggest PLEs of the year with SummerSlam first night, and the women's triple threats have done an amazing job. We saw WrestleMania with Io, what's it Rio? Io, Ripley, and oh goodness, I forgot the third. Who was the third in the WrestleMania triple threat? It was Io, Bianca.
Yeah.
Now there is a chance it could be Bianca instead of Cargill that would screw over Naomi. But I feel like there is a chance where Naomi gets screwed over, Ripley takes advantage of it, and then win the title by pinning Io.
Yeah.
And that will give her moment that she finally pulled that off. And then that could also lead to a match between Io and Ripley again, maybe in Survivor Series, where you said, yeah, you pinned me in a triple threat because Naomi was in her own stuff over there with Bianca. Do it again at Survivor Series. Face me, cage match for the title, and be that final big match that they would like to launch towards Survivor Series. So that's my mind is a little bit, but I also can understand what Michael's saying about Naomi getting her big win. But it's to me, it's like, if they're going to do that, what else more you could do with Naomi with that title besides giving her a big SummerSlam win? That's another thing. Like, to be honest with you, there's a lot more storyline development in having her losing to Ripley by pinning Io than her keeping the title much longer. But I can see what you're talking about in the sense of like, she needs a title defense. She needs a marquee title defense, like Io does with WrestleMania. That triple threat title defense is the one that really helped her reign be, I think, a good reign, even though she hasn't had many matches. And she had a classic with Evolution before she lost the title by Naomi cashing in. So that's kind of where I see in the sense of there's a lot more to develop if you have Naomi being screwed over by either Bianca or Jade. And as I think about it more, I think it's going to be more Bianca than Jade, actually. I think Bianca may also screw over Naomi, and that could actually be a on the low double turn if Rhea doesn't turn heel, which you can also keep her face through this.
Is everyone turning heel this weekend? Is that your
I think this is a big weekend for the heels, actually.
I think
except maybe the IC title match. We could talk about that.
I think I might decide to go heel at this point. Yeah. All right. All right. So we'll go on to the World Heavyweight Championship match, which is between Gunther and Pepsi Phil. And where are we on this one? There we go. It's free on Gunther. And Michael is and yes, Michael some of Michael's answers are very 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 Michael's, and I left them in. So yes, Pepsi Phil. So Michael, why is Pepsi Phil going to beat Gunther?
I'm going to be honest. I nearly didn't write Pepsi Phil or CM Punk. There is actually at one point I genuinely considered writing Seth Rollins just winning this outright. Like the Seth Rollins injury, it could like. I still think that like you're seeing all these rumors coming up that it might actually be a work. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it's technically possible. If that is the case, this feels like a match he'd want to get involved in. And if that's the case, it feels like it'd be him cashing in to win back the belt. But in that case, I feel like even then, I think Punk wins first, then Seth would cash in. But even then, I just feel like genuinely, I still go towards. I just think CM Punk wins this. I feel like that World Heavyweight Championship has never fully felt like it's been properly legitimized as the world title. There was obviously Seth Rollins was trying to do that at first, but it was a bit of a, he did an all right job of it, but then ended up sort of playing, basically it got killed a bit with the whole, Cody almost having to take it as a runner-up prize for winning the Rumble. That sort of helped kill the belt a little bit. Then Drew was champion for 5 minutes. Then it went to Damian Priest, which, I think Damian Priest is great, but when you're trying to legitimize a world title, you don't want to put it on someone who's trying to legitimize themselves as a main eventer at the same time. It felt like it was that didn't quite land properly. It always felt like he was a little bit of a transitional champion, even when he wasn't as much as we thought he was going to be. But the moment he was going up against Gunter, you knew Gunter was going to beat him. And then Gunter tried, but then, they didn't really give him the best matches. They gave him Jey Uso a billion times. And then he lost to Jey Uso in the dumbest way possible, which to this day, he's still getting the "you tapped out" chance. Like, that sort of really has not helped Gunter out and not helped this title out. And now at this point, it feels like the best way you legitimize this as a world title is putting it on someone like CM Punk. You put it on someone who's an unambiguous main eventer, because for as much as Gunter should be, they still won't quite treat him that way. He needs to face off against people like CM Punk in that first reign and be beating them. And then when he didn't, he needed to go and kill Jey Uso at Mania. He didn't do that. It just feels like I don't think they have full faith in just going all in on Gunter as the main event guy to make this belt. And I feel like that's what they're going to need CM Punk to do. Or if he is somehow not injured, Seth Rollins can sort of do that now, being part of this group that is clearly supposed to be like the focal point of Raw. But even without the Rollins intervention, it feels like Punk is the best bet to legitimize this belt.
Yeah, that is a very good point, and honestly, I am starting to consider that too. But I also don't want Gunther to lose his reign. Okay, so my question for Mao is if Gunther's winning, how long do you feel like Gunther will keep the title, and who do you think in the long run will be the one to dethrone Gunther?
Hopefully forever. Because I am biased, I want Gunther to hold a title forever and kill people like he was when he was Welter.
Yep.
Just being the big guy, choppy chop.
You just get fat.
Yeah, just gain a few pounds and you can bring back Welter. There you go. But yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of see what Michael says with this title not being legitimized. This is entirely the fault of WWE by giving Gunther such luminaries to fight as Akira Tozawa, Otis, Axiom, Jey Uso 3 times.
I'm sorry. No.
Jimmy Uso.
Do not say anything about my boy Goatus. He is the goat. He's Goatus.
I like Otis, but he's a tag guy.
Otis is like Otis is the most underrated person in professional wrestling. Like, it's a whole other thing I can go on about defending Otis.
Like they're not. Some of them aren't bad. Like Axiom, Otis, Tozawa, good wrestlers. It kind of reminds me of like Bret Hart fighting all of the shitters in the mid-90s when he was WWE champion. We're fighting fucking John Pierre Lafitte and fucking Hakushi, who are just there. And kind of while Shawn Michaels does some shit in the main event with Diesel. But yes, but he also fought fucking Pat McAfee and fucking Goldberg. Which
Oldberg.
Yes, Yes, and I just want this to be the match that gives him a win over someone who is relevant. No offense to Otis, but someone who is relevant and is good.
Yeah.
Like this, I do think if Pepsi Phil Pepsi Phil turns up and is willing to do stuff, this could be like a good 20-minute banger,
Yeah.
and this could like really legitimize Gunther, and he can go and do shit rather than being stuck in the eternal vortex that he is in now. So yeah, I don't know. This is maybe a heart over head decision, but I don't know, I just want to see him do something that isn't Veet, man.
Yeet. All right, that's the only yeet. Actually, that won't be the only yeet. We'll probably yeet more. Yes. We will yeet yet later. All right. We'll move on to. It is the. Is it? It's the women's. I get the titles
It's the
confused.
WWE Women's
Yes.
Championship.
It's the women's championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, and we went with. We're down the middle. Yes, we're down the middle. My maths is mathsing. Okay, so I'll start with Chuck. So Chuck, I mean, actually, to be honest, you've explained it, but so do you think you kind of explained that you think there's going to be a feud later with Cargill and Naomi for the belt? Do you think that would be a Jade win or a Naomi win long term?
I think that would be a Jade win. There has been some rumors saying that Naomi may be retiring in the next year or two. Yeah, I think overall they want to push Jade as the future of the company, and true to that too. I think there may be a mix in with Bianca either way. I think Bianca will have something to do with one of those matches, and I also wouldn't be surprised if Bianca does like I said. I feel like there's a heel turn there for Bianca soon. Like I just seeing the promos and seeing how things had led up to this point, a sense of jealousy of seeing Jade suddenly being this main event, this rising main eventer, can really get into Bianca's head to a point where she could actually go against Jade once she wins the title. And like, so I think this is a point where I think Jade wins the title either by Naomi be trying to ruin her chance or even Bianca trying to ruin her chance. And that can end up being the next big feud for Jade as she gets the title between either her and Naomi, as Naomi could lose the title to Rhea Io, or Jade or Bianca. Where that makes more sense to me as I think about it. Because I actually think that like having Jade Bianca and Bianca being the heel in this, being the one that will be jealous of what Jade's push, and kind of just overall wanting to get that title back. I think overall this has to be Cargill's moment. I think Tiffany also went as far as she could with the belt at this point, and it's just that she did what she could with it. I think there's some weird booking decisions in between, but I think overall this is Jade's time. And I think, if anything, honestly, as I think about this, I think it would be more Bianca Jade than Naomi Jade.
Yeah, I agree. I might have forgot to mute myself. Um, on my end. So yeah, so Naomi will once again be left out in the feud, because that's very much the story of the feud, is that Naomi was left out, and once again she'll be left out and it'd be Bianca. Okay, I get it. So I want to ask Mao the flip side. Why do you think Tiffany would win this?
It is not actually too dissimilar to what Chuck says, really. It does involve the J. Cargill Naomi Bianca triangle sort of thing. But I think it's going to be more simple. Naomi comes in and just buggers over Jade, and Stratton wins because of that. It's another relatively lucky win for her. And I don't know, it gives Jade a bit more of a sort of, it's kind of giving her like almost like a, let's say, like, I'm not going to say like a Cody Rhodes sort of thing where she gets close and close but doesn't finish the story in inverted commas. But yeah, then she can maybe switch brands and go after Naomi, and maybe not at Survivor Series, but she'll eventually get it at Mania. And as you say, could be, if Naomi's retiring, that could be a good send-off match. She loses to the face of the company, and you can always have like sort of Bianca in there as like a sort of I don't know, almost torn as to who to go to, or like sort of maybe trying to play both of them to gain some advantage and sort of slowly turning her heel. I think there is. I mean, honestly, there's storyline potential whichever way we go with this. But I don't know. I do kind of think they want maybe save Cargill for a bit later on. Let's say do another Cody thing. I don't know. Stratton can go and do something else, or she could lose it quickly to whoever's knocking around. I think she's managed to survive. I think it was last time where quite a few of us said she'd lose the title, but she didn't. She's still knocking around, so I think she's got some staying power.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely does, and WWE are very much high on Tiff, so yeah, I think
they're high on both of these. To be fair, this is very much a
yeah.
potential. These two could be knocking around for a good few years,
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yeah, the one that's currently being pushed versus the one that was pushed is very much the theme with that one. All right, now we'll move on to the US title match, which is in a steel cage, I'm pretty sure, between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. And if I remember correctly, I'm the only one that thinks Jacob's gonna lose. So my thinking here, so I'll talk about it myself. My thinking here is Solo's goons. That's the only reason why I think Solo wins this, and the story will continue on. Probably War Games. They'll do something, but I think his goons will win, and like yeah. So I mean, it'd be nice if Jacob wins. I can see Chuck's not happy with what I just said, but yeah, yeah, that's very much what I think. But I mean, I'll let Chuck speak, but I was gonna go to Michael on this one, but I'll let Chuck speak for a second because Chuck.
Michael, you can go to Michael.
Okay.
And
all right, Michael.
I'll go after him.
Michael.
I think Chuck looks a bit broken right now for some reason.
Why have I broken Chuck?
I'm just getting distracted by broken Chuck right now. But I think for this one, so the problem I've got with Jacob losing is, well, then what? It feels like they had the whole him losing it in the first place. Like, you can't, with a guy like Jacob Fatu, the whole thing is about how difficult he is to beat. You can't have him lose that much. And it's a case of, you go, oh, he loses this, then moves on to something bigger. There isn't really like that something bigger to move on to, unless you're trying to push him straight towards the like world title picture, which feels like it's a bit too early right now. It feels like you couldn't put him into that picture with him actually staying strong and winning. It feels like he needs to win that US title back and have that proper reign with it before, then you push him towards the main event. That's sort of my main thing. I think Chuck wants to talk, though, so I'll let him go.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do here after him defeating all the other combatants of Solo's crew? An eighth Solo crew member comes, Zilla. It's like,
yeah, hell yeah, absolutely hell yeah. I'm down with that.
That's gonna be Rikishi. Rikishi's just gonna come back.
Rikishi, yes, I did it for my son.
Not even been booked in there. Rikishi just on his own shows up. He
Oh,
finds out
no.
that son's gonna lose, and he disagrees with the booking. He's like, "No, my sons don't lose matches. They should all be world champions simultaneously for 3 years straight. That's the
It's a
only
shame,
way
though.
you can satisfy Rikishi."
I think this is a big moment for Fatu to get another definitive title win. Yes, he won at WrestleMania against LA Knight, but I don't think that was I don't think that match really spoke to what Fatu can really bring. And I think this cage match, will be that point. I think he's going to break through, defeat all of Solo's minions, and finally take the title back for himself. And that could really help him propel him into the next step. I think he needs this match towards doing that. And I think he needs this win to do exactly that. It's just it's just at this point, it's like you really have to introduce another player into the solo thing, unless Tama Tonga comes back. But I actually see Tama Tonga being on the side of Fatu. I actually honestly believe that would be the moment where he comes in, divided, looking at Solo, looking at Jacob, thinking, "Oh no, what's going on?" He's confused, and then he hits Solo. I think that would be a big moment for him to say, "I side with Solo. I side with Fatu rather than Solo." And that could be Fatu's moment where he could finally have someone in his corner for once that's not Big Jim.
Oh, wait, you think that they're going to give character development to Tama Tonga?
Yes.
The guy who
honestly-
basically all he has done in WWE is go, yeah. That is basically his entire character.
For now.
They're
You
not
know,
going to give character development to Tama Tonga.
I
When
think
he
he will.
comes back, they'll just put him with blooming Tonga Loa back in a tag team.
Oh, yeah.
They'll slide down the rankings and become like fodder for the rest of the tag division.
I mean,
So-
in my opinion, if Tama Tonga does come out, Tama Tonga's going to come out. He's going to have the MFT t-shirt, hold it, and be like, "Where am I on this t-shirt? I'm not on this t-shirt, Solo. Are we not family?" And then sock him or something, yeah. Yeah, because very much, if you see the MFT t-shirt, My Family Treat, there's no Tama Tonga. There's Tonga Loa, there's no Tama Tonga. Which makes you think he'll probably go with Jacob.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is our thoughts on that one. How I'm probably very wrong, but I mean, all your reasonings sound very logical. However, WWE doesn't do logic sometimes, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't wait to see the hordes of Rikishi's children come in.
Like they're all
Summerslam.
evil zombies coming in, rushing in towards the ring, taking out Jacob. That's how it takes them out. Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like,
We're gonna have a
Getting
12-on-12 match.
It will be that match that the Miz had with Priest all the way back in the day with the zombies and stuff, or Dave Bautista's new movie that came out at the time. Yeah.
Are you telling me that the ECW zombies related to Rikishi? Is ECW zombie
fair,
part of the bloodline?
To be fair, for all
Anything's
we know,
possible
he could
these
be. He could be.
Oh my god! All right, let's move on to the women's IC match between Becky Lynch and Bird Lady, and this one's very much a very unanimous Bird Lady needs to win. Chuck, briefly say why Bird Lady needs to win.
You know, I think honestly,
That has to be clipped.
this is leading up for Valkyrie to help take the title to the next level. She hasn't had that marquee big PLE win yet. I think she got snubbed out of the WrestleMania one, honestly, at the last minute because of what happened with what happened between Becky and Bayley and all that jazz. Snubbed out of her singles moment. She did win the tag team titles with Becky at WrestleMania, but it just was basically a catalyst for Becky Lynch's heel turn. And it just didn't really come out as a true moment that Lila Valkyria was presented as an actual, top of the flight wrestler. Yes, because she is. So I think Becky's Lynch's heel turn has been excellent on the low. I think honestly she's done a great job with it. Yes, she gets cheered from time to time, but that is just her overall career. She's one of the most well-respected wrestlers in the business. Sometimes that's unavoidable. It's the Kevin Owens effect in a way. Like he's gonna get cheered as a heel too because he's just overall a well-respected wrestler. And I think overall this would be the big moment that Victoria needs, the big definitive win. And I think she gets it. And I think she gets it, and that will help her propel her to the top of the top of the top of the mid card that will get her into that main event scene once she loses the title. And that's that moment for her she needs with this match. I called the last two matches with the whole evolution thing and the triple threat she had with Bailey. I remember y'all were mad at me at that one. I remember y'all were mad at me her keeping the title, Becky keeping the title at Money in the Bank, or her getting the title Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I called that. Y'all did. So it's like this is it. This is why I said all those things. This is the win she needs to get her stock rise. So that's where it came to when I said those things.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said there. Yeah, it's very much Lyra needs her moment, and I hope it's there. Kaka, since we all agree, we'll move on to the other Intercontinental title match between Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. And we are almost all in agreement, apart from Michael. So I'll start with Michael to ask him why he thinks Alan's gonna win.
Because his feet are flat. This is the fun. I'm like, who gets the reference?
Flat-footed AJ, of course, yes.
Yeah. But I just think AJ's not done much of note for a while now. He's been obviously had the odd big feud here and there. The whole thing with LA Knight was that last year. He's had moments like, but he's not been anywhere near a title for a while. He's doing some of the most entertaining stuff he's done in a long while. It just feels like this might be the sort of last proper big title run they will give AJ. I think this is the right time to do that. I think obviously he's had his own he's had certain injury problems as well over recent years, so it feels like you're sort of running out of time to give him that last big run with it. And I think that like I said, he's been the most entertaining he's been for a while. You can put on all sorts of matches. Like I do like the idea people keep bringing up. AJ wins this. You run AJ Cena back for the IC title that Cena's never won later in the year. I feel like it opens up more opportunity to do things with the IC title rather than it getting sucked into whatever Judgment Day nonsense is going on that won't let Dominic Mysterio just be over because he's got himself over in spite of whatever the hell the Judgment Day's doing. And it potentially it looks like Dominic's going and challenging for the AAA title. I would not be shocked if he won that instead. They moved him so they sort of could use Dominic as the face of basically getting more eyes onto AAA, and then using the IC title, putting that back onto AJ, letting him have a run with the belt. It just feels like there are more opportunities to do things by letting AJ have the belt moving forward. And it just freshens it up a little bit because, for as great as Dominic is, it doesn't feel like he's done a whole lot with the belt. It doesn't feel like, he got the moment of winning the belt, but then it doesn't feel like he needs to keep the belts any longer. So yeah, I just think that it makes more sense beyond SummerSlam for AJ to have that belt.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I remember when we were here about the Mania, we were so excited thinking, oh, we're going to get face Dom. And it's very much not happened like that. And they've kind of missed the mark on that, in my opinion. So, Mao, why do you think Dom's going to retain?
I don't know. I can see Michael's point, and also I did have pause put on this stat because, as he said, he's challenging for the triple R title. He could win it. That is very much a possibility. But I don't know. I just don't see Uncle Alan getting a title run in his final year, and I get the feel. I think he kind of doesn't need it. at this point. So I'd be happy to keep it on Mysterio, and who knows, maybe sort of accelerate his face push by just being good. And Styles is kind of he's sort of fallen into, I don't know. I always use the example of a Dolph Ziggler where they kind of just slot him in wherever at this point, and they can give him it can fit into a world title, fit into a US title, fit into a tag title. I mean, the last title he won was the tag titles with a certain Omos.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Greatest tag champs of all time.
yes, of course. Yeah, I just don't think it needs it really, and I think they can maybe do something with Mysterio. Maybe they can finally break up the Judgment Day. Imagine that. Imagine that. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like it's. I'm not gonna say it's too late for AJ. That sounds a bit harsh, but it seems like it's a bit. It's maybe a bit improbable in my mind to give something to AJ at this point in his career. It'd be good if he could, of course. But yeah, actually, of course, depends on what they got planned for Dom too.
Yep, that's fair.
I see Chuck is wanting to.
Oh, does Chuck need
No,
to...
I know you got a structure
Chuck,
of things. So
Chuck, did
go
you have
fast.
something to say?
Okay, real quick. I was thinking about the whole thing with Judgment Day. I could think about maybe this would be the moment where Finn Balor screws over Dom to have AJ win, just to really forward that. And I think about it a little bit more. It's like, okay, maybe I see that a bit more, seeing that when AJ won his last title as a singles competitor was back in 2020 with the Intercontinental title. So I think overall there's a possibility of that happening. I just honestly believe that, yeah, Dom had a big WrestleMania win to Kane the title, but he still needs a defense. That's a big defense. And I think this is the best shot you're going to have. I think it really, honestly, the next pay-per-view Clash at Paris could be the moment where Dom gets screwed over by Finn more than anything. And then they'll have a big match at Survivor Series to really push that towards.
Okay, yeah. That sounds about right. Okay. So now we've got the tag titles on SmackDown, which I'm pretty sure are the just WWE Tag Team Championship. Yep. Okay. It's the TLC match, which, I mean, if the match of the weekend isn't gonna be the women's triple threat, it's gonna be this TLC match, in my opinion. And let's see what I know how we predicted. But here you go. Yeah, there's six teams in this, and we've only picked one of two. And I want to go to. I'll go to Chuck first to explain the idea of the White Six retaining.
I think it's just simply that this is their first title defense, and I think it's just a good idea to defend the titles. That's basically it for me, because I think no one else, besides maybe Fraxium, which makes sense as the other team that could win, but I think it's too early for Fraxium. I think they need to still prove themselves to Russ. I still contend they should be on Raw right now and fighting for the tag titles, not on SmackDown. I think putting them on SmackDown, as great as that tag team division, just kind of clogs things up. And I think they should be on Raw, where they could be fighting and they could be the top of that division pretty easily. And I think that helps Raw. That helps WWE more having them on Raw than SmackDown. I think they are getting lost in this, and I think they're a great tag team. But overall, I think Wyatt Six defends.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely want SmackDown to have the very stacked roster and Raw to be very very bare bones.
Very weird.
Yeah, it's a choice. I mean, I don't mind it because it means we've got lots of good tag teams going against each other. But yeah, it does kind of leave Raw to the wolves. So Mao, why do you think the pipe dream of Fraxium being the tag champions could become reality this weekend?
Because Fraxium are fine, as they always have been.
Yes.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Any of these could win. I don't mind if any of them win. I am just really happy to see a tag title match on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And
It's actually worth our time.
yes,
Let's-
that's actually worth our time. And, it's a TLC match. They had a banger of a TLC when they weren't on Mania.
which is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
The SmackDown.
So I'm just really excited to see what the fuck's going to happen in this. This is like 12 people in a TLC match. I'm generally very confused about how this is going to work.
Chaos.
Outside of chaos obviously, but and how they're going to keep up with all that because of extra people, like all of the white 6 people probably going to come in and to do some interferences. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this, to be honest. I kind of don't really care who wins. I just want to see lots of people get hit with shit and do lots of weapons guff. That's pretty much it. Just bin lids.
I mean, I personally, relating back to the SmackDown TLC match that wasn't on Mania. I want to see Montez use an amputee's leg to to whack someone, because that was a great spot, and I want to see that again. That match is gonna be incredible, and very excited for it. So hopefully it'll be exciting. I mean, I don't think there's any team there I'd be disappointed if they won, to be honest. I think all of them, even the thrown together Andrade Ray, I think they all would be good champions.
You mean the Lucha colleagues?
Yes, the team where they kept saying they are money. Yes, so their tag team name's Money. Yes. So Money Lucha men very much could become champs, and I wouldn't be mad about that either. So it's a good thing, and it's going to be a good match. Alright, so we'll go on to another tag match. This time for the women's tag titles. And this is between the Judgment Day and the totally not friends, but they're going to eventually be friends, or maybe feud, I don't know. And once again, I'm the only one that says Judgment Day win, whereas everyone else has the best friends winning. Michael, why are the best friends going to win this match?
They finally, after all these years, have got Charlotte Flair over as a baby face.
They have.
It's a fucking miracle.
We're in the Twilight Zone, people.
Don't ruin this. It's working. It's finally working. Just run with it. Let these two stay together as a tag team for age. It works. I don't get quite how this happened, but it works. Run with it, please. As someone who, if you go back and watch our WrestleMania episode, you'll have seen me begging for Charlotte Flair to not win. It is the opposite now. You fixed it. You fixed the problem. Don't screw it up, please. Because this works. Charlotte Flair actually, is a likable character. Something that seems like should be entirely impossible. But they found a way. They've actually sort of, in a way, let the wording people use is that you can actually see a bit of Ashley in there now. They've actually, allowed her to be likable in a way that actually works by actually just having her be nice to other people in a way that doesn't seem wildly insincere. It's just run with it rather than leaving the belts on another, on Raquel Rodriguez and her 6th different tag champion partner she's had at this point. It seems like the tag belts basically just keep going back to Raquel plus another person. Genuinely, how many tag, it's at least 4 different tag champ partners she's had if you include NXT. It's at least now Roxanne, Liv, Aaliyah somehow, and Dakota. They keep just it keeps reverting back to Raquel and someone. Let it go to Charlotte and Alexa. Let them both wrestle a bunch as tag champions. It will work, and it's way more interesting than anything Judgment Day, which should have died 2 years ago. Please, you've got Charlotte Flair working. Run with it and put the Judgment Day down already.
I'll add real quick. I think I've never seen an article help someone so much than Charlotte's on the Player Tribune. If you read that article, I've read some a good chunk of it, talking about her, really talking about to her brother and stuff, and it really humanized Charlotte, Ashley, and I think that was a big turnaround point. It was the best move she can make on having her a bit more vulnerable and out there to help her towards to what we see now in the likable Charlotte Flair. We are really in the Twilight Zone, people. You gotta keep going with it.
Yep. So that's all well and good, and lovey-dovey. Charlotte Flair's like, my answer is Judgment Day wins, lol. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they're gonna hold on more until Liv's back, and then lose them, and then do the whole Liv. I don't think. If we're having very WWE, I mean, that's good booking. I agree. That would be the best case scenario. WWE, they're gonna have Alexa Flair and Charlotte. Alexa Flair and Charlotte Bliss.
Alexa Flair.
They're gonna have them feud. They're gonna feud, and Charlotte be heel again. Yeah. I'd like what you're saying to be true, but I don't believe it. So that's why I went with that, and I will lose points probably. And now we've got another tag match, which I'll be honest, I don't really understand why, but this is Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronze Squared, as Michael put it, as you can see here. And we all have the same opinion, apart from Mao, who thinks Roman and Jey is gonna win. So we'll go to why you think, Mao, the faces will win in this match.
Simple reason. It's Roman Reigns returning for the 775,727th time.
Yes.
So he'll win. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just this. I struggle to care about this. This is just sort of. It's got. The only thing is, it's going to be main event of night one as well, according to the posters. And it's a kind of a on the posters. Night one had the Reigns, Uso, and Braun Squared as the poster boys. So
I saw poster wise that it was Gunther Punk. So.
Oh, I hope it is. I really hope it is.
I saw that on someone did a screenshot of Peacock, and it was
okay.
That was night one from now.
Okay. Well, that's good. I was kind of slightly concerned they might do something with The Rock if it was going to be in the main event.
Oh, God.
Like, I don't know, he's going to somehow make a return and not be filming, fucking Black Adam 75.
Which won't happen.
Which won't happen. But I don't know. It's Roman Reigns returning. They might give him a win.
All right. So it's a good job I planned to go to Chuck, because Chuck didn't like as soon as it said that you think Roman and Jay's gonna win. Chuck didn't like it. Why were you broken again, Chuck?
I think Breaker and Reed losing would definitely just really, it wouldn't make sense in the sense of them trying to be demonstrable heels and moving up and stuff. They need this win. I think they need this win to really show that at some point that they are going to be a group of people that will be dangerous within the main event. And I know they're not. I think Jay's going to take the pin, of course. I don't think Roman's taking the pin. If Roman's taking the pin, that would really help things. But I don't see that happening. But I think that Breaker and Reed needs this win, and I think they're going to get it, being these demonstrable heels. And I think that adds a ripple into what Roman Reigns is trying to do in his character, as maybe sometimes family won't be enough and he has to really dig deep for himself, and all of a sudden we're back in another Survivor Series with Roman and the clan facing and like the group again. And going to earlier about the Gunther Punk match, I'm a little bit on the side of like, I think it is a shoot of Rollins being injured, but also shoot in a way of like, it also worked on the severity of it. Because I don't know if it's actually severe, that knee injury. But we still got to see more of it. But honestly though, I think that this is a big needed win for Breaker and Reed, and I think they will get it here, and that will really turn it over to like becoming maybe even taking the Raw tag team titles, and being capable to be those final bosses in the tag team division for a little bit. Not long, because I think at the end they work better as singles competitors, and that they deserve to get towards that. But they need a win to really help them solidify themselves in that main event spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. It wouldn't make any sense, which is why
Yeah.
maybe Mal's right.
Yes. That's exactly the reason. Like the losing would be horrendous, but
But yeah,
it's WWE. They're gonna make one mistake somewhere.
yeah, many
So I just
mistakes.
want to quickly add, to me, the only logical way to book this match is Braun Breaker should pin Roman Reigns. I think that's what should happen, 100%. Otherwise, I don't see the point in this match.
Yeah.
It's you have Roman eat the pin to make Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
But pinning Jey Uso, Braun Breaker's done that before,
Yeah.
and
True.
they don't care that much
That's
about
true.
Bronson Reed. Let's be honest. It's knowing WWE logic, it's either Bronson Reed or Jey Uso is there to eat the pin. In reality, Roman should be getting pinned
Yep.
by Braun Breaker here.
Oh, imagine Braun spears Roman. Oh, okay, that's
Yeah, Shaman
exciting.
do it properly.
We
Yes,
are leading
exactly.
up to that. I feel like they're teasing that moment. So
Yeah, I hope so. All right, we'll go on to the penultimate match of that we will be looking into, which is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, which is I don't think it's a stipulation. It's just a straight match again. So we're straight down the middle again. Me and Chuck went for Karrion. Mal and Michael went for Sami. I'll go to Michael. Explain why Sami's winning this.
They don't really care about Karrion Kross, let's be honest. Them letting him have matches is them being nice and giving into the fan pressure. The dude's not even like the dude's in the last few months of his contract. I would not be shocked if he doesn't sign a new one. Like they don't actually really care about Karrion Kross. They're actually letting him have matches in spite of what they really want. They've just sort of given into it and gone, you know what? We've got nothing else for Sami Zayn at the moment that we really need him to be doing. They've got a bit of the story there. Let him have at it. But Sami's the one that they do seem to somewhat care about. And also, I care about Sami Zayn. Like, come on. The story here has got to be him winning the Rumble next year, him then finally winning the world title at Mania. Give me that already, please. But I just think that long term, they care more about Sami Zayn than they do about Karrion Kross, which I know to some people, they're not going to agree with me on this, is the right call. Sami Zayn is a much, much more important person to be pushing than Karrion Kross. Don't get me wrong. I'm on the record saying how much I think Karrion Kross is, a damn good promo and is one who is worth them getting behind. Like, he basically sold the match better than two guys that were actually in the match at WrestleMania. But there are it's Sami Zayn. There are very few people, if any, in all of professional wrestling that I think they need to actually properly get behind. And having Sami Zayn lose this to Karrion Kross really doesn't help Sami Zayn at all. And they're not good. Like, there's no faith they're going to do anything beyond this with Karrion Kross. Like I said, that he's there in spite of what they want, not because they have some grand plan to push him into the main event or anything. This is the sort of, I think, the end of that Sami Zayn Karrion Kross story, where Sami Zayn just sort of defeats the guy saying, you should be evil more, by not being evil more, because it's WWE. At the end of the day, the good guy always wins.
Yes. The good guy always wins.
Unless they're Samoan, in which case.
Yes. Very much so. So, on the flip side, why is Karrion Kross winning, Chuck?
hearing about this and really thinking about it a little bit, it's kind of those Snickers commercials where WWE's offering a match. Like, here's a match. You get testy when you're hungry. And just the way they reacted to how Karrion Kross is like semi promo, semi works. I mean, Sammy shoots. And I think it does. A lot of it does point to Sammy winning, carrying his dips from the company, maybe make a TNA return. But I am still holding out on the hope that this is the match out of nowhere where Carrion gets his W. And I think he gets his W, and I think it still sort of ends it in a way with him getting his get back win, and they towards moving on towards something. What? I don't know. Hell, I can still see them trying to like do different things with if Carrion gets the win over Sammy. Can be the starter filtering in, but yeah, with all these wins Sammy already have, it kind of just rolls towards Sammy winning, but I'm kind of just pushing against the grain, hoping that maybe they have something still left for Carrion, even with the rumors of Carrion still not getting a deal as his time's running out. I think also I think that will work for the dirt sheets. I think he's gonna get a surprise win here and start something. I could be horribly wrong, but hey.
That's why we're here. We get things horribly wrong all the time. Yeah. So a brief little thing to add to that. I think Cross is gonna win because they're Chad Gabling him. They're giving him big matches, big opportunities, possibly a win at SummerSlam. Please sign a contract for us. He signs the contract extension, and then they send him back down the card, and we get Gimp carrying again. Like
Oh god.
unfortunately, I'm a big Karrion Kross fan. They're gonna try to get him to sign a contract, then just Chad Gable him a little bit. Send him back down. Thanks for being a good servant. That sort of thing. So that's why I think Karrion would win. But I mean, I love both of them. They're going to put on a good match again. I have nothing to complain about. But yeah, that's how I see it being. Thinking logically, WWE things will be for contracts and stuff. And now the last match, but certainly the least match, because this is hell. It is Randy Orton versus Jelly Roll versus McIntyre and Logan Paul. And yes, I on the sheet I've written Roll as like for Jelly Roll's role because it showed his name as Jelly space Roll, so I assume that's his surname. So he's Mr. Roll.
He is Mr.
He's
Roll.
Mr. Roll.
Yeah.
So yes, that's how you that's his surname. His first name's Jelly, second name Roll. And there's not really much to go on here because we all think the faces are gonna win. Now the interesting thing is what's gonna happen to this match if the whole Drew McIntyre stuff isn't a work. Because if it's a work, then he'll show up but is Drew really stranded in England of all places? Like, Mal, do you have any opinions about? And also you can talk about the match that if you really want to.
So I am in two minds about whether this is just him poking a bit of fun and just going, I'm stuck in the field. Look, there's a cow.
There's a
Jelly
cow.
Roll's the size of that cow.
Jelly Roll, it's you.
Yeah. Although I have just seen some of that. Apparently, Miz might take over if Drew McIntyre doesn't appear.
Yeah,
was-
Miz and Logan Paul back together,
Yeah.
so it's tag team full time.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that'll certainly be something, all right. Which kind of makes you want to go and put Drew McIntyre on some form of cargo plane and just storm in the hold, and hopefully he gets over to America in time. But yeah, I don't know. Sort of, this is the generic sort of celebrity match with Mr. Barmcake, Mr. Bap, Mr. Binlid, Mr.
Cobb.
Bread Roll, Mr. Cobb, Mr.
Jeff.
Tea Cake.
Barmcake.
Barmcake, yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It's a celebrity match. The celebrities always win. I don't know. I won't mind seeing Mr. Barmcake do a massive powerbomb and Logan Paul and send him through the ring and straight to hell, as per usual. But yeah, this is one of the more predictable ones, just because it's a celebrity match. And the only thing I'll be looking out for is how bad his Mr. Barmcake's punches are going to be.
Oh, they were
because
incredible.
some of those on SmackDown were certainly
really bad.
something.
Just, huh. You can't see me because but the video will see me. Huh.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that this is gonna maybe break the kind of streak of pretty good celebrity matches we've had.
This is gonna be a bit
just because of how he acted, where he kind of just stood in the ring and went, then very very slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose Randall Keith and McIntyre might have a good 5 minutes.
If it's McIntyre, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we need to talk about this anymore. But if it's Miz, then 100% the faces are gonna win.
Yes.
So that is the end of our part 1, where we predict all of the how all the matches are gonna go, and we will go on to part 2. Okay, now it's time for part 2. So we've got lots of extra bonus questions that we haven't just bickered about one for probably 10 minutes. So, alright. Let's start with how many title changes we have on the card. So I assume everyone else did it the way I did, which is basically see all your matches and count how many title changes there were in the matches you predicted. So that comes out with... So I'm on the lower end. I think 4 titles will change. Chuck and Mal say 5 titles will change, and Michael says 7 will. Yeah, I think
there's 9 title matches total.
There is.
Is that?
Because all of night 2 is title matches, I think.
Yeah.
If the tag match is on that, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's 6 and then 3 and 1, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's a lot. Whereas I think mine's realistic, but I'm also hoping that they don't completely go title changing crazy. But it's WWE. Right. Longest match. So this is the match we think will have the longest run time, which we will check. And honestly,
Okay.
it's quite unanimous here. We think it will be Cena Rhodes. However, Chuck has the TLC match, which, yeah, I can see that being long, because do we think like Cena Rhodes would be like 30 minutes, right? 20-30 minutes. So the TLC match might be around that time. It'd probably be 30 minutes. So yeah, it's
so much.
Yep.
I think with so much going on, I don't think they want to have that Cena Rhodes match be as long as people think.
Maybe.
And I think overall, I think the Cena Rhodes match will go around like 28 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think by 1 minute the TLC match will be longer. But it's kind of a coin flip between the two, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Like, I think those are the two logically that could be the longest. So yeah, we're pretty spot on there. The shortest match. Wow, we're all over the place. Okay, so Mao and Chuck say Zayn and Sami Zayn and Karrion, which I don't think it will be that short. Because will it be a squash? Do you think? Like,
I just don't think it will go that long. I think this might be the only one under 10 minutes. Just because I think this is going to be, as sort of Michael said, it might be almost a throwaway thing.
Yeah, possibly. And then women's tag.
It's the women's tag titles. You think they can?
True.
Genuinely, it's like, should it be the shortest? Probably not. But it's always a safe bet in general to go. They're going to make one of the shortest, aren't they? It's what they like to do because it's dumb.
I honestly believe in Zayn and Cross being short because I think because of the other matches they had, in a way they had a longer match. Was it Money in the Bank or it had a longer match than the other PLEs. One of the other PLEs, I think they're gonna try to make this the quickest as possible, and I think they're gonna give the flowers to Bliss and Flair with this match and get them their title. So I think this will go longer than even Zayn and Cross.
Yeah. So,
At least to you. Oh, go ahead.
so if you have something else to say, I was just gonna round it off with my
No, I was at least to you, Eloise. Why Jelly Roll?
for our sanity and my personal sanity, I hope I have to see as little of that match as possible. Like, I'm really hoping it's like a 5 minutes, you know, they get all their spots in, you know, and Jelly Roll pins Logan, and there we go. We can go on with our lives. Yeah.
You don't think 40-year-old non-wrestler Jelly Roll can go 30 minutes?
Is he 40?
Like, I looked this up because I'm like, I don't actually know who this man is or how old he is, because I cannot place ages at all. Yeah, he's 40. And also, it probably doesn't help that he looks like a completely different person to the last time I saw him, because he looks half the size.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Fair play to the bloke, I will say. He's taking this serious.
Yeah, because
this, you know, he is actually trying with this.
Like, I think he said he's going to try to go into the match for the first time since middle school under 300 pounds, which, yeah, fair play to him. Like, that is impressive. Though, if you see him in ring, even like the little segments, he doesn't move very well, and I doubt he can do much. So,
a 40-year-old non-wrestler who's been very big for for most of his life, by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
I don't think, you know, him getting into the shape he has for his, you know, like I said, it's incredibly impressive and shows how seriously he's taking this. You don't suddenly become a super mobile athlete just by losing all the weight.
Yeah,
he's going, you know, this isn't going to be a Bad Bunny sort of, you know, celebrity match coming in, or even like Pat McAfee, what he did like when he first started having matches. This is going to be a very, like, he's going to do very basic things. He's not going to wrestle much.
I mean, the difference is that they were either someone who's basically was doing everything for like 4 months straight with Bad Bunny, or an athlete, you know. Whereas obviously we've seen many celebrities, no matter what, even athletes, be awful. So let's hope that he's at least better than like some of the crap we've seen in the past. But yeah. I just hope we don't get much of it, because no thank you. Next we'll move on to a common thing we've done with these two, with the submission endings, which are always quite low, but we've got Mal's gone 2. That's quite ambitious.
Yeah. I think if they could always, so Fair and Bliss, Charlotte Flair's on it, figure 8, there you go.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Chuck just got annoyed because he realised he missed that off, and then by his camera, it looked like he just faded in the background because
he disappeared into the void.
Chuck just evaporated. On the other hand, Chuck's gone 0. Chuck doesn't think there's going to be a submission ending, which now I think Chuck is regretting his choice that there won't be a submission ending.
I mean, if Charlotte Flair doesn't get the win, there's a possibility it could be 0. But I mean, there's always Twisted Bliss or whatever.
I mean, Gunther could tap out again to make me just feel all the physical pain yet again. Like, CM Punk puts in a sleeper hold for 2 seconds and he taps out again.
So you put that into universe now, Michael. What's going to happen?
Are you not impressed by the credentials of MMA legend CM Punk?
world famous MMA guy who lost against I think he lost against someone who wasn't good enough and very much was struggling. He got a win against him, and then they were like, oh, who can we get to try to get CM Punk a win? So they picked someone who in his real job was a PE teacher, and he destroyed Punk. Like, yes, I mean, famous MMA athlete.
Technically, he only lost one of the 2 matches because the second one got overturned to a no contest.
Yeah, I think that was on with the teacher. Yeah.
Now it truly makes sense of why he's pissed off at Hangman. He was a graphic design teacher at school.
Oh,
He was also a PE teacher at the USC.
CM Punk hates
And
teachers.
next,
CM Punk hates teachers.
he hates teachers.
Oh dear. I think I just
Same.
screamed down the mic. You're welcome, Z. All right. Uh. The referee of the main event was just also a reason. Like Z. I always make a comment to Z like, oh, I have to now care about referees, and I get annoyed that I have to care about referees. So I put this in, and then realized maybe it wasn't the most interesting. Because you will just go, oh, senior referee.
Yes.
Yeah, the obvious choice.
However,
The one referee I could name off the top of my head.
in Mania, the 2 nights, the main event 1 was done by Rod Zapata. Main event 2 was done by someone else, I forgot his name, but none of them were done by Charles Robinson. So my thinking is Rod's going to do one of them, and then someone will do the other one, and Rod might turn up. I think that might happen, rather than just being boring and Charles Robinson. Like a boring person.
I mean, we also discount the possibility of there being several thousand ref bumps.
Yes, so I forgot to mention the points. They most of them 5 or 3 points. This one, 5 points if you're right, and if for example your referee does both nights, that's 10 points. If your referee shows up as a ref bump, you get 2 points per. So if you did it twice, like 2 nights he was a ref bump ref, it's 4 points. So you could get 7, you could get 5. Just so it's very much a. There's still the element of if they're a ref bump, they will still give you points, just not as many because he wasn't designated to the match. But to make it interesting, you get extra points, which could happen, yeah, because they do like to run out with Charles Robinson if it's like a Money in the Bank or something interesting.
A very long ramp.
Yes, it's like they get. Is he in his 50s now? Charles Robinson just sprinting. Like, 50-year-old man sprinting for his life. Yeah. So now talking about ref bumps. Here is how many ref bumps we think's gonna be in the whole show, and I think I'll let Mal talk a little bit about why he's put 10 ref bumps.
Okay. Cena versus Rhodes, there could be bollocks. There could be multiple ref bumps on that match. They do love having multiple ref bumps in some matches.
Yeah.
So we've got Naomi, Ripley and Scarlett be fine. Gunther and Punk probably fine. Stratton and Gargano, Naomi could interfere. The ref could take a bump. So is the current Fatu. Mikishi's many children could come in and kill all the refs. Six-way tag team TLC. Shit could fly around, the ref could take a bump. Judgment Day, Flair and Bliss, Judgment Day shit, ref could take a bump. Reigns and Uso, Broker and Reed. Again, Mikishi's many children could come in. Ref could take a bump.
Roman Ref Bump Reigns, that's his name.
Yeah.
That's like part of his matches.
Yes, and also in role, I don't know, Mr. OK could come in and accidentally bump the ref, and he has to sell because he's a wrestler now. So I mean, I think there is plenty of times the referee could bump, and I do think WWE is very much leaning into the shit, basically, the bollocks.
Ref bump.
Yes.
So. Yeah. Chuck's praying. So Chuck and Michael went for 3 rough bumps. I went 4. The scoring on this one is just 3 points if you're correct. Do you have anything to say, Chuck, before we move on? Because something's troubling you. Something's troubling you really badly here.
Now, let me ask you a question. How many matches in total in SummerSlam?
Yes, but you could have multiple
Uh,
refs.
how many matches in total we have for SummerSlam now?
12, and this will feed into my bonus question.
It is less than 12, so it's possible.
Yes.
Counting, Chuck.
He's not guessing like
we
3
were
ref
talking
bumps a
about
match. Calm
10
down
rough
with that.
bumps over a 12-match span. That just seems to be
7 in one
UFO
match.
out there to me. Just out there in the wildness. I see 3 with the main events having rough bumps and 1 match there. I mean, I could somewhat see the TLC match, but the solo Fight 2 cage match is a cage match. They're just gonna go through the cage. They won't need a ref.
That's never stopped people before.
Oh,
You keep both bringing up the TLC match. What ref?
That is true. I mean,
like also yes,
No,
refs
no,
for the
11.
TLC match as well.
11,
I mean,
11,
well,
Chris.
hold on. There's to be said. There will be a bunch of refs around trying to make sure people are
There's
safe.
no point in doing a ref bump in that
But
match.
they
when
won't
there's a
be.
bunch
I
of
don't.
them.
Yeah, it's just
Funny,
like
basically.
Can
Funny. You are going to be sad when John Cena versus Cody Rhodes has a Vince Russo style ending where all of the refs come in and
Oh,
I don't know,
no.
can I like Sting in that match against the New Brothers, just kills all of them.
Oh,
I don't know,
John Cena just beats up every ref.
yeah, and then Jeff
And
Jarrett comes out with a
Travis
guitar.
Scott comes out as the referee. It was all a work. They still love each other. Oh, I should have put Travis Scott as my main event referee.
oh
Dean,
my
Dean.
gosh.
All right, before copyright strikes, let's move on to the one that we all argued about, which is Total Sponsors Show, which I wanted to make something interesting. I've regret my decision. So, all right, what I wrote down was I will count every single time an ad product placement is shown on the broadcast on my broadcast of SummerSlam. Why am I doing this to myself? So what I mean is I'm not going to count every single Prime bottle. I'm going to count when they go, oh, this brought to you by this brought to you by in that. And also, I think I might count like ring stuff, but not, I don't know. I'm still undecided. Do we count ring stuff? Do
Yes,
we count
you
if it's
count
on the ring?
everything. You count literally everything.
Are we all in agreement? Do we count what's on the ring?
No.
That's an ad.
We are counting every unique thing. So
No, it's
Yeah.
every time an ad is shown. That was
I'll
the
give you
wording
the
of the
ring
question.
part if it's every unique thing on
It's
that
every
ring.
unique. We're not yet. So it's every unique company that has a.
Every time it cuts to the ring, that's a new one.
No, no, I'm not counting that.
If there's an advert
This
somewhere
mess.
up in the bleachers every time it gets shown, that counts.
No.
So
My
to
brain.
go behind the scenes on this one, we very much did have a bit of a discussion in the break to wonder what is it. I don't think we've agreed on anything. I get the feeling we agreed that like it's every ad spot that is shown, but if they
Yes.
should cut back and show the ring, that's not going to count
No.
again. So it'd be every unique ad spot.
I'll say the three of us agree. Michael is being complicated as usual and trying to.
Well, you see the number? That's
Yeah.
why.
So
Yeah.
Michael has
Yeah,
100.
I'd like to clarify as well. I originally wrote 200.
Oh,
Oh my god! All right, so Michael's put down 100. Mal changed it to 30.
Yes.
I put 20. I've always had 20. And Chuck was on 10 and decided, that's not on 15. Up by 5. There'll be 5 more adverts than Chuck thought there was originally. This
don't do that.
this was 5 points to whoever's the closest. So if there's so
Basically, I need at least 66 to win.
and I've been prices righted and Chuck's kept himself in a prices right situation. If it's less than 15, Chuck's won it, and then I'm like almost stuck there, and then Mal's got a lot of leeway, and then Michael is long
Basically,
shot.
Eloise, you need 17 and 25.
No.
like 18 to 25.
That's
17
bad.
or lower goes to Chuck. I think
Yeah.
like 25 up to 65 is
Oh.
Mal's.
Yeah. Okay.
65 plus
Yes.
is me.
And then 2 points goes to whoever's second closest. So whoever's second closest to it will get 2 points. Third and fourth closest get nothing. So we will move on to our bonus questions, which is the unique part of the prediction where we all come up with our own predictions and we get points depending on if we're right or not, and we all decide what points each prediction would garner. So let's have a look. So I'll read them all out. My one is someone will have a Hulk Hogan tribute on their gear.
Yeah.
someone's gonna have something like either red or yellow or Hogan. Okay, so Chuck's is, will we see a Cody Rhodes heel turn?
Great prediction. It's a question.
Yeah, it's
Ask
yeah,
the question.
I didn't read that right again. My
so.
comprehension skills are
So do you want it to
not
be?
exactly.
Do you want it to
I-
be? Will Cody
Cody
We
Rhodes
will
will have
Cody
a
Rhodes
turn.
will
Cody Rhodes
turn
will
heel. Cody Rhodes will
Yes.
turn heel.
Cody
Okay.
Rhodes will turn.
Cody Rhodes will turn heel. Mao's is 6 or more matches will have outside interference.
That I could actually see happening. I
Oh,
actually could see happening.
I've got it selected. Nice. It's definitely not a spreadsheet. And then Michael's is simply say his name when he appears. Omos appears.
You don't have a battle royale, Michael, so I don't. Yeah.
That's a good one, actually. So
no, say he's going to be in a match. No,
Ooh.
he's just going to appear
so
randomly.
I want to start with Michael's Omos appearing because, I mean, do you think it's actually likely, Michael? Like, are we?
I did these ones on my lunch break. I wasn't feeling particularly creative. The only other idea I had was the Hogan gear thing.
Yes.
And that felt too boring and obvious to me, to be honest. So I went, sod it, Chuck's on this. I'm sticking with Omos just because it's probably been too long since we brought it up in front of Chuck.
Yeah, it's just
But
it's just been an hour and a bit.
Doesn't worry. I don't think so. It doesn't feel that way.
Also, no, when I say Omos appears, that could also be like in a vignette or something.
Yeah.
It's just Omos will be
we'll keep our
on the
eyes out.
broadcast
Yeah,
at some point.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Like, say if the rumors of Omos going to Triple R are true, they can go, "Oh, we're going to compare in Triple R. Here's Omos on the screen
Just
along
almost
with
just standing
Luke
next to
Grande,
it.
Americana, etc."
All right, so how many points do we want to give Michael? Like, are we giving like he wins the episode? I'm not sure if I like that, but do we want to give him a big
Yes.
if it happens? Because I don't think Michael really cares about a higher or lower offer, so we just give an offer.
Can my offer be if I'm right, Chuck loses points?
I'm okay with that.
Sure, why not?
I gain nothing. Chuck just loses.
Okay, then. All right.
That is what I'm
I will
asking
forever
for.
hate almost for this. I never forgive that.
Okay, no.
Overweighted.
If I am wrong, you can take 20 points from me. If I am right, you take 20 from Chuck. That is my
Goodness.
offer.
I disagree with this. I shall not have him in a AAA
No,
commercial coming up for
Z is
WWE
not
on the
here to
16th of
stop me
August.
from
No,
breaking his rules.
I'm Z, and I'm gonna stop you there, and I think that's unfair. So, I am happy with if you want to take a risk. -8 if you're wrong, +10 if you're right because we want to see Omos.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
It's
Can
Chuck.
I just for fun have it be I get 9 and Chuck loses 1?
No, we're doing it fair. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. If this wasn't someone else's podcast, we might do it.
Yeah, I mean, even if it was my podcast, if it's a fair like prediction thing, I'm not having someone be able to take points away from someone else. Like, yeah. All right, we'll go
Fine,
on
I
to.
won't take points from Chuck.
So you okay with +10, -8?
Yeah, +10 and also Chuck's disappointment and -8 if I'm wrong.
Yes. So
Yeah, that's fine.
the next one we'll do is pretty simple. Will we Cody Rhodes heel turn? Do we think it's likely? Yes or no, people? That isn't Chuck.
Pretty likely. Although they could always save it for later.
So I think it's possible but unlikely. I just feel like it's a touch too early for Cody to be turning heel. Like he's still doing the whole face of the company thing, and there isn't really a replace. Like they like having someone in that role,
Yeah.
and I don't think there's really a replacement for that because you can't really have it go back to Cena because he's not going to be around for that long, and he's not going to be able to do too many dates because he's too busy being Peacemaker, which I'd much rather he was doing anyway. But
so
yeah, there's just like there isn't the direct replacement for Cody really at the moment. So I don't think that I think it's unlikely, but not impossible.
So I'm gonna do a high-low offer because I know it's just Michael doesn't like them. So would like something like do we think it's unlikely or is it's likely like? So Michael thinks it's unlikely.
I think it's 50-50, but I'd be more willing to go. I'm willing to go for likely if the consensus agrees.
So I think it's would 6 up 5 down be too much?
I think that's reasonable.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, I was gonna give you an offer of like 3 up 3 down as a lower offer.
Oh,
If you
I'll
don't want
take
to risk,
3 up, 2 down.
are we okay with 3
I'll
up 3
take-
down? Mao isn't.
No, it's just, I'm waiting for Chuck to say something so I can say something.
What?
Is Chuck going to be a coward?
What?
All right, coward Chuck. 3 up 3 down.
Wow.
That's locked in.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you know what? I'm not.
Peer pressured.
The 3 up is locked in.
I can't stand
The 3 up is locked in
the
now.
slander. I can't. No. I can't stand the slander. I'll do 5 or 6.
Okay.
Screw it.
That's 3 up, 5 down now. I'm sorry.
I can't
Six.
stand the
3 up
cowardly
was locked
slander
in.
6
of
up.
this. I am not a
5
coward.
down. 6 up 5 down.
Yes.
Chuck's not
Okay.
a coward.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mao. 6 or more matches will have outside interference.
Jump to list of matches.
God.
That's what I'm actually doing right now.
Sure.
Okay. Cena Rhodes, Stratton Cargill, Sikoa Fatu, TLC match, Judgment Day, and Flair and Bliss, Reigns and Braun squared, and I don't know. I think that's 6. There could always be something other. It kind of feeds into the ref bumps.
I think that's happening.
I think there's too many people in the TLC match to have outside interference.
I think 6 is a touch too high. I'd
Yeah, I
be
think-
thinking more like 4. I think
I
6
think
again is
4.
possible, but it's a stretch.
It is hard, but I do think WWE, as I said, WWE is tending the way of the bollocks. At least for now.
The way
Like,
of the bollocks.
I think doing that in half of the matches though sort of lessens the impact of said bollocks.
They are doing that now.
It starts to feel less like bollocks and more like that's just how wrestling works. And I think doing it in like at least half of them is just you kind of have it happen less often than it happens.
Yeah.
Just to make it still feel
Yeah.
like it's unexpected.
Yeah, they should do. I haven't seen any indication that they're going to do it. They seem to be increasing it more and more, if anything. We are kind of. I remember people mentioning about WCW 2000 for AEW like last year. This is getting warming. It goes to WCW 2000 levels of bollocks.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
How many points do you think is enough to give Mal on this?
I say, if he really thinks that many, I say you go for how many plus a point. So I guess
7 Up.
Yeah.
Lovely beverage. I'll be okay. It's 7 Up, and then what down? Like 6?
No points.
I go 5. I think
5 down.
5.
I think it's less likely to happen than Chuck.
Okay.
So 7 Up 5, or like 4 Up 3 down.
I mean, I think you know what offer I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the high offer.
7 Up, 5 down.
5 down, yes.
Cool. Writing this down. It's a good idea to have it written down. All right. Now, yeah. So someone will have Hulk Hogan tribute on their gear. Discuss how many points you want to give me.
I think this is
nothing is going to happen.
Yes.
1 point.
Becky Lynch has literally been dressing up as Hogan before he died.
1 up, 8 down, because there's no way that's not happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
my thoughts is people might want to avoid it just because it's not the most taste, but then yeah.
It's WWE. What they
Yeah.
don't
They have
care
no
about
place.
ethical stuff. Come on, like
True.
Becky won't now. I think Becky will avoid
Becky
it
will
specifically
avoid, but someone.
because
That's
he's
what I
got
mean.
Yeah.
Someone
someone's
will,
coming out in red and yellow.
but
mean,
they
my
could
my big
avoid
thought-
it. You know.
Yeah.
Think of
I mean,
all
my
people I
big-
see Cena doing it.
I was thinking.
when I looked down the list, my brain went straight to Tiffany Stratton. To be honest,
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, her too.
Yeah.
Her too would definitely do this.
I won't be surprised to see Cody do it with
Yeah.
the main event big baby face. Oh, we all love Hulk Hogan.
We love
don't
Hulk
we?
Hogan.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
So
with the double turn, it could be Cena because of the double turn.
All right,
like,
so
he's going to rip off his jorts and reveal the red and yellow chunks.
from his jorts, he's just naked.
Oh,
All right, okay, we're going off
Stripper
the rails.
jorts.
All right, how many points do you want to give me? Well,
I'm thinking like 3 up, 5 down. Like,
5. Jesus.
yeah.
I'd be shocked if it didn't happen.
Yeah, I would say 3 up, 5 down for the high offer, and maybe like 2 up, 2 down for the low offer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Top 2 down.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I like low offers.
That is a much nicer offer than the
Yep,
3 up, 5
I'll take it.
down.
Wait,
Yeah.
I must ask, Ellie, are you a coward?
Yeah, I'm a coward.
No, I don't think this isn't cowardice. This is called being smart.
Wow.
It's been
We've
established.
been generous now.
It's been established
Wow.
that I do this every time, and I don't take risks. And I mean, it's paid off. I've won some of these, so we'll see. All right, so that is all of our predictions done. So yes, we are gonna look forward to the slamming of the summers. I hope. I mean, thank you all 3 of you for doing this. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this episode. It's chaos as always, but a little less chaos, and we've properly gone through this, and we've slammed the summer. Yeah. I don't think there's much more to say. You know, we will be back to do a review episode sometime next week. I think I need to have a think and see what everyone's able to do, but that should be next week after this. And then I think until then, I think we've got an episode will be after this one, and then it'll be ours. So I think that might be the Women's Euros match prediction review. Should be between. So
Sure.
You'll have that to look forward to. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Do everything. And yeah, remember, be big mystics, not big mistakes. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.